for September 8th.
A second?
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes.
I have a small note.
Okay.
It's kind of a, I guess, just trying to find it. There was a recording of a vote. Yeah, here it is. Line 132. The vote was recorded as 4-1, but with Ann Barney abstaining, that really should be recorded 4-0-1. Okay.
Right, yeah.
That's the only thing I saw.
Okay. So you want to amend your motion
Yes, I will.
with corrections?
Right. I will make a motion to accept minutes with the correction as noted.
And I'll second.
So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. New business, waiver of municipal liability and naming of private way for discontinued section of Hicks Hill Road. Tom?
You want me to sit at the table or am I good here?
Wherever.
So basically, we got, come over here so I don't have my back to everybody. Couple different issues with some a newly created lot on the discontinued section of Hicks Hill Road. So in the memo that sent out, I really broke it down into 3 motions. The first one being the naming of the street, because we have what is essentially a private way or private road, and the New Hampshire 911 regulations say that if you have more than one house on a private way or private driveway, that it must be a named road, and then the houses get numbered individually for that. So we have a request from the owners of portions of that road as to their preferences as to names. First one being Westview Acres, which is too close. I consulted with the fire chief, and that's too close to a existing name, so going with the second name, Westwood Acres, that they requested. I'm asking that this board move that we name that section of the discontinued road accordingly. I understand that it's not required that it be done right away, as long as it's done prior to occupancy, but I would like to get it done now so that then we can assign numbers for the 2 houses.
Okay, so you said Westwood Acres.
Their second choice is Westwood Acres. That's what their request is.
The 2 residents, the 2 houses have agreed on this.
Yes, so basically the 2 houses basically most all the land, if you look at the plot that's on here. So the newly created lot, the other lot, and then the lot on the other side are all owned by the same property owner. However, the first 489 feet of the discontinued road are co-owned with one abutter. So basically everybody on the property, was with the memo. So basically everybody associated with it has signed the name request.
Is that the 2? There's 2, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
There's multiple lots, but there's only 2 owners.
2 owners, yeah.
Okay. So I'll make a motion that we name the discontinued section of Hicks Hill Road Westwood Acres.
I'll second it.
So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Let me just comment one thing. In my memo, I also give reference to some specific language as to it, so maybe if you could just incorporate that, just so we know the portion of Hicks Hill Road. Okay, go ahead.
Actually, discontinued should cover it.
Well, it's a very complicated, because there's other sections of there's another section of the road that's discontinued that was owned by other people.
So the motion will be to rename the discontinued section of Hicks Hill Road, which is now considered a private way with the butters on each side owning the center line. First,
The bottom paragraph of it has,
Said private way is further described as running in a southeasterly direction from New Hampshire Route 175, approximately 2,077 feet to the end of the parcel on the westerly side of said private way, noted as tax map 202, lot 36, on a plan recorded at Grafton County Registry of Deeds, Plan 17217. That what you wanted?
perfect.
All right.
and I'll
Couldn't have said it
second
better
it.
myself.
Can you repeat that, Andy? No, just kidding.
So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
I think maybe you have Steve on now. Is Taylor his wife?
Yes.
And then the second issue is that any time that there is a building permit to be issued for construction on either a Class 6 road or private road, because we now have the private road, due to the last motion, that it requires a waiver of municipal liability be executed between the town and the property owners, basically setting forth that that we have no responsibility for upkeep of the road, as well as, because of that, then there may be instances where there might be difficulty accessing for emergency services. Then that gets executed by the property owners and then notarized. It gets acknowledged by this board, we'll sign it, and then it gets recorded at the registry of deeds, and then at that point, then the building permit can be issued.
Okay. So I'll make a motion that this board execute a waiver of municipal liability with Eric J. Schamberger and Colette Schamberger related to the 2.5 acre lot created out of Ashland Tax Map 202, Lot 036, as voted by the Ashland Planning Board on August 7th. Said lot to be located on private road known as Westwood Acres.
Second.
So I have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion? Because Steve is online. Jenny?
I think.
Yes.
Sure.
Ann?
Yes.
Charlie?
Yes.
Steve?
May not be Steve, maybe it's someone else.
No, it's Steve.
He doesn't need it, isn't he?
And Andy says yes, we have at least 4-1, 4-0. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, and then the third matter is that under this state statute, this board must authorize the issuance of a building permit on a Class 6 road or a private road. I'm looking for authorization for issuing a building permit. I want to let the board know that there is an outstanding matter where the property owner and I do not agree, and that is the status of the first 489 feet of the road. The owners and I, we agree that it's a discontinued road. The road was discontinued by a 1940 town meeting vote. So there's a distinction between it being completely discontinued where the town has no rights in it, as opposed to a discontinued road that is subject to bars and chains, which is a Class 6 road. So in this instance, the town has absolutely no rights to it, and as the applicant stated, the planning board meeting last week, it's been discontinued. Town has no responsibility to it. It's not public access, not a public way, and the land itself reverts back to the owners on both sides. So there's no disagreement on that. The disagreement that we have is that, in my opinion, in researching this extensively, they only own half the road and have no legal right to the other half of the road. So in my opinion, that the matter of access should be cleared up through a access easement or lot line adjustment, so that it's clear that they have full access to get to the property. So that's the issue. There's different ways to resolve it.
Is that a planning board issue or an issue here? You need a lot line adjustment?
Well,
I think we need a legal opinion.
I stated what my opinion is. I've consulted with Ron on it, I've consulted with Kendall. Kendall has consulted with the New Hampshire Municipal Association Council, because one of my sayings is rather than calling our own legal counsel, you can get legal opinions from them without having to incur the cost. And they're all in agreement with that. The landowner has cited an RSA and a case which I have looked into extensively, and I feel that neither of those apply to this situation. And I have nothing in this fight other than I'm trying to protect their rights in case that owner of that other property or subsequent owner of that property were to say you don't have rights to this.
So it's from 175 to here, right?
Correct. 489
So it's,
feet.
yeah, it's not the whole thing, just so we're clear on that. What you're saying is either get an easement in perpetuity, so if the abutter to the Schamberger sells their property, they still have the easement for the full use of the width of that road for the 400.
Right.
Or do a lot line adjustment.
Or move the road over.
Or move the- yeah.
But, so.
And it could happen, if someone else buys property and says, no, I'm gonna put a fence
Right in the middle of the road.
right a foot off my property line, and you now don't have the full use of the road. So I think it's a good recommendation that what you're saying should happen.
No, but then it's further complicated by the fact that under the statute, I cannot issue a building permit without this board's approval. They have moved forward with starting a foundation. So,
You've issued a cease and desist.
I have issued a cease and desist.
And I did.
Yes, although they put a foundation footing in, the forms are up for the foundation walls. They have requested that I inspect those forms and rebar and sign off on the inspection, and they say it cannot do that because no building permit is issued, and under the RSA I cannot issue the permit. So one option, I'm just throwing it out there, trying to find a middle ground between the parties, is that this board could vote to issue a foundation-only permit so that they can pour the foundation.
Before it freezes.
Well, it's also because the concrete company is gonna charge them extra for removing the forms if they can't move forward. So we could issue a foundation-only permit until this matter gets resolved. So that's one of 6 different options that I've proposed, but I'm just...
Do you have any idea where the owner of the other property is? Are they?
They're local, they are local, because they have...
But are they a party to this, or or is that just?
Are they in agreement to do an easement?
My understanding is that they, based upon statements made by the applicant is that the other party is willing to grant an easement, and they did sign on to the street naming.
Yeah.
So, but at the planning board meeting of last Thursday, this is two last week, so the Thursday's meeting, the applicant did say that the other party is willing to grant an easement. And in one discussion that I had with him back when I was first trying to figure out the status of the road, he said that they do have a good relationship.
But we don't have anything
With the
in writing
abutter.
at this point.
And that's the issue, my concern is that we have a possibility where we could be issuing a building permit for a house that doesn't have legal access.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like the idea of letting them finish their foundation until this gets sorted out, because this has some detail to it and paperwork involved.
Set a timeframe. We need some documentation
Yeah, I mean.
by a time specific
Sign-
to go to the next
Yeah,
step.
the abutter has to sign off and agree to this.
So somewheres along the line, I heard it mentioned that we could give them a building permit, but we wouldn't issue an occupancy permit until such a time as we had this easement straightened out. Can
That's
we
enough.
do that?
That's another option, is that we could either do a foundation permit only until this is resolved. We could issue a complete building permit with the, subject to the condition that that it be be resolved to, the wording that what came up with was to the satisfaction of the town. I'm not a big fan of vague issues like that. So if you look at basically the second to last paragraph of my memo, so the second page. So I had prepared the draft motion, but didn't make a recommendation on it, one way or another. They moved that this board authorize the issuance of a building permit for a single-family residence, said newly created lot, provided that said permit contained the following language: the issuance of any certificate of occupancy under this permit is conditional upon the resolution of the matter by legal access of the lot being resolved to the satisfaction of the town. So,
in my mind, there's a potential problem here. The more this owner builds, you put the abutter in a position where they have a lot of leverage on that owner. If they were to decide, you know what, I'm not going to agree to it. Okay, now the guy's built a house and he can't get to it. So, in my mind, you hate to increase their costs here. They're in the middle of constructing the foundation. Let's let them go that far, the way I'm thinking, and then let's resolve this to make sure that, nobody's in a bad place when we get to the end. The worst problem they're dealing with is the foundation. Because these I've seen these things go badly,
Sideways,
because some people just say, hey, you know what, I got kind of leverage on you. Maybe you want to buy out the property or something, or you just change the terms. So I don't think it should go too far before it gets fixed.
Are they asking for the ability to put in the foundation? Is that where they are right now?
their position is that they feel that this is a non-issue. And can give you further information as
Yeah, it's an
to
issue.
the legal argument and
Yeah.
what I've looked into regarding it.
So if it's a non-issue, it should be an easy thing for the two of them to resolve
within a week or two.
within a
There you
week or
go.
two. So meanwhile, give them a permit for the foundation
And let them resolve it.
and let them resolve it, because if he says it's a non-issue, then it's just a few pieces of paper with legalese and whatever, and
Then if they have to duke it out, you just allow them to cap the foundation to protect it for the winter,
Yeah, exactly.
and they can duke it out until
Yeah.
such time.
I definitely don't want to create more of a liability for that owner than that.
does that make sense?
I don't really think it's an issue anyway, because if they run into a problem with the abutter, they just move the road over to their property. I don't see why we're messing with it.
What's involved in moving the road over?
It's their property, they can do it.
No, but I mean, is it a property that can take a road being moved
It
over?
could be, there's some wetlands issues there, there's a stream crossing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bridge there that,
I've been on the roads.
yeah, there's a bridge that is 9.5 feet wide. That's the stream, that crosses the stream.
He'd have to move the bridge.
So the bridge would have to be.
No, that's not nothing. Yeah, that's not nothing. So that's why they want the easement. Obviously, it was simple to move the road, they've probably done it already.
Okay, does somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make the motion that we allow the owner to go forward with a foundation-only permit, and encourage them to resolve as quickly as possible the issue of the easement for future building.
Do we give a date instead of as soon as possible, because
Well, they don't get another permit,
Yeah, don't get another permit,
so
so,
they're stuck.
The onus is on them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
So I have a motion and a second to issue a foundation-only permit. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And I'm opposed. We have a 3-1. Next item on the agenda is our veterans tax, tax credit. For, where's the lot number? 43 Sanborn Road. Becky has done all the checks, and this person is eligible. It's Foster P. Whitworth III. And I'll make a motion that we approve the tax credit effective November.
Second.
So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I think at the bottom you can print and sign.
Yeah.
And Becky's under the weather, that's why she's not here tonight. She had one of the things she wanted to bring up, the 2 tax deedings she was supposed to do. She consulted with legal, and because there are heirs out there, he thought it best to do another advertised 30-day notice to give the heirs one more run at trying to decide if they want to do anything with the property. And if they choose not to, then it's pretty much a done deal and she'll deed it after that. But she needs a vote of the board to notice those 2 properties for another 30 days prior to tax deeding from the board.
Motion that we notice 2 properties so that the heirs have another 30 days to decide whether they want to pursue the properties or not.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Next item on the agenda is a wetlands permit for 295 River Street. The paperwork is right here if anybody wants to look at it.
It pretty much has come to the board because the other commission, the Conservation Commission, is not active anymore.
What are they trying to do? Do you know?
I didn't read through the entire thing.
We're replacing an office building. We'd like to replace an office building on the lot. It's 60 years old and kind of in poor condition. And to do that, we have to submit to the state this wetlands permit by notification. We're really just looking for a signature from the Conservation Commission on the request to the state.
Okay, you came before the planning board just a little while ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the planning board was okay with this. So I'll make a motion to approve the wetlands permit for 295 River Street. Is that a River Street address?
Yeah,
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 It's off of Route 3.
right,
well, it's right next to the bridge.
yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Peace.
You second? I'll second.
Yep. Okay, so I have a motion and a second to approve the wetlands permit. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Kendall has a question.
Okay.
Can you unmute Kendall?
Yes, it's Swan Bridge Landing Marina. Is
Go
that-
ahead and speak, Kendall.
No, I was just asking if that was the marina for clarification.
Yes,
Yes.
Swan Bridge Landing, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't wait for someone to talk through, Hootie.
Well, I just figured it out.
There you go.
Fine.
Thank you. Now the vote.
Nope, I want to amend that to add that the town manager can sign the application.
Second.
Okay, I still have the second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the MS 535. This is the form that they use to set our tax rate with. And they're already questioning where it is.
Yeah,
Can I ask one question before we proceed? The town manager,
that's me.
can you sign the document now?
That's what I'm planning on doing.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
He's got up there, I thought you had.
Yeah.
Thank you, sorry.
Yeah, no
Problem.
Oh, but Becky's gonna have to sign it
Yeah,
also,
so-
so I'll get her to sign that tomorrow.
Okay,
If you wanna swing by, yeah, she's in tomorrow.
okay.
You wanna swing by tomorrow and grab it? Okay,
Excellent, thank you.
you're welcome. Put it right in here so I don't forget. I just happen to notice Becky has to sign it too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and then make copies.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you,
you too. Yeah, there's really nothing to change on the MS 535.
Yeah.
That's prepared by the auditor based on the end of year financials.
So do I have a motion on the MS 535?
I'll move. Do we accept it?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to accept the 535. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And this is that paperwork for the next item. Marissa has an email there with information. Second page, I believe.
Oops. I signed my name where I was supposed to print it.
You can redo under.
Huh?
That's not a unique situation. I think that's happened to all of us.
There's plenty of lines there. And Marissa will get that right off to Michelle Clark at DRA first thing tomorrow morning.
And they'll be happy.
As happy as they can be.
The next item on the agenda is authorization for the town manager to sign the grant documents for the inflow study at the LW Packard building. Anything more to say?
It's a grant that,
Yeah.
it's just that formality. That way we don't have to keep coming to the board to have things signed.
What does this do for us, this grant?
This is remember we had a town warrant to do the inflow study of the building on Hillside Avenue? Thank you.
So this is money we got for that purpose?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll make a motion for authorizing for the town manager to sign for the grants. Oh, what's the address?
Just inflow study.
The inflow study for Albert E. Packard building.
And I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Electric rate study. Ron?
Yeah, I emailed that to you all, and I had forwarded it off to Harry to comment back to me, and he sent me a PO request with no comments, so I think he misunderstood what I asked him. It's fine. I recommend that we do it. It'll be a second review of it. I know that there's been some good work done. But also what they do is they'll look at the assets and they'll come up with a plan going forward. And what they do is they give, when the study's complete, they give you, it's almost like an Excel spreadsheet. So you'll have a list of assets you need to maintain and a projected cost, and then a time frame when it should happen. But it takes your fixed costs and, you know, like the power purchase and all that stuff. And it gives it to, they give you, it's kind of like a water model or something like that. It has all the numbers plugged in. So as rates change, like the power that we resell, when that changes, you just put the new number in and you run the model, and it gives you your suggested rate. When you repair an asset and you take that off the list, it'll change the rate that you charge, because your rate should be trying to build a reserve to maintain your assets within reason, so you don't have these big spikes or whatever. You try to forecast out in advance instead of waiting for it to break. I mean, I think it's gonna be a great tool for us to have, and it's not like something you have to do all that often. You may wanna, it's kind of like your master plan. You may want to do it every 5 or 8 years. Just have them come in and reevaluate.
Have we ever done one of these on the electric?
This is the first.
Not a formal,
This is the first electrical, but it, you know,
Yeah.
other place I've worked, I've commissioned studies, rate studies on like a municipal water system, sewer system, and whatever, and it's nice when they get it done. And even road maintenance, you know, roads plan. There's engineering firms out there that do specific things, and this PLM actually has done work for New Hampshire Electric Co-op. They've utilized them to develop a model for them to properly set rates and whatever, and then they took it from there and they had their engineers keep plugging and changing numbers as time goes on.
Is the intent here to pay them a one-time fee, if you will?
Yeah.
Get software and then we maintain
Yeah.
it going forward?
Yeah, we'll be able to change the numbers in it, you know,
As things change, that
Yeah.
we'll be able to maintain it.
that's the way it was portrayed to me.
So in other words, there's not an ongoing, you know,
No.
cost involved in this.
And it gives you the scope within this project. It gives you a scope of everything they're gonna accomplish. There's some work on our end. They're gonna expect information from us.
A lot, because we
Yeah.
have to define the entire asset inventory.
Right.
Okay.
And they'll also, you know, like, just had a comment online here that they will help with projecting CIP, things that may go into a CIP program. I think it's 18,000 and change for the total project.
I mean, I think it's a good program. I would just say something about the timing. I mean, right now, we're in a little bit of flux with the repairs that have to be made to the,
They'll be brought up to speed on that.
okay. But is that a good time for them to go through creating all this when there's a lot of unknowns there?
Well, so we're hoping by the end of the month, we'll be taking on that note and contracting out that work.
This is gonna take a period of time to do. It won't be,
Okay, so-
you know, a week or two project. It's gonna be
So this
probably
will,
at months, 2 or 3 months of, you know, work.
and so this will, that inventory will be taken once the work on the
Oh, yeah.
station is complete, so
Yep.
that's no longer a moving target.
Well, they'll project out future maintenance
Yeah, no,
based on
exactly.
what's installed.
Right.
You know, and, you know,
And meantime, you'll be collecting the asset inventory and
Yep.
posting it, and
100% asset inventory,
Really? Okay. All the transformers and
everything.
poles and everything.
Everything that's part of the electrical system that we operate and maintain
Okay.
will
That'd
be
very good.
accounted for in this program. That's the way it was portrayed to me.
And slowly you'd have the.
That's why
Yeah.
it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, because then you have the, ideally, the age of each asset, you know, so you can project when it needs to be.
Yeah, well,
Everything.
everything's engineered with a lifespan, you know.
Yes,
No, I'm
yes.
not gonna say engineered to fail, but there's a projected lifespan
Yeah,
on.
so you know how low, yeah.
And, you know, a lot of the things, like transformers, obviously must have serial numbers and born on
So you
dates,
can-
manufacture dates, and,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what has to be accounted for, the
Yeah.
item by item.
that would take time,
yeah.
but it's a really good thing to have for
Yeah, it's good
management.
to have, but is there a training involved, and somebody, who would be maintaining this, the electric department itself?
Well, the electric department is responsible for the assets and the inventory of the assets, which I'll help them get there where they need to be and provide them the tools that they need, whether it's spreadsheets or whatever. I think, actually, Marissa, I think, found some old inventory sheets and reports and made copies and handed them off to Shane, I think, or something.
Do they have, think they would have systems out there designed for this type of utility with
They
the
have the
assets?
water and sewer system.
I'm sure they
right?
must
Yeah.
have them. They must
Yeah,
have
it'd be a
them.
matter of research.
Just find them,
Maybe
yeah.
this engineering firm
Could
here will
recommend one for the types of things that
Yeah,
they do.
it's not
yeah.
part of the scope of this,
Right,
though,
but
we
I'm
can
sure
ask
they're
them for
familiar
sure.
with them, yeah.
Is budgeting kind of part of that scope? I mean, does that have a
Yeah.
module that will
Well,
help with the budgets?
that's how they're gonna go about projecting what needs to be done in the future as far as maintaining your assets, and it will be a budgeting tool. And it's also part of your rate setting, so it's gonna show you where your rates need to be and what you're supposed to put away.
So you feed it your cost, the cost of electric, and it comes back and
Your budget, your
and your
budget.
CIP, and it
Yeah.
comes back and tells you what your rate needs to be.
Well, and every year, when you have a new budget, you plug the budget numbers in and then
Right.
calculate,
And recalculate.
and it'll show you where your rate should be. Right now, we have to do it long form, you know, we're taking a budget and,
Yeah.
you know, and everything. It's gonna be nice to have an actual functioning model where you can take, well, here's your budget, here's your projected revenue, and plug in all your expenses, and then it has the, you know, projected what you're expected to spend next year on repairs and maintenance. And it'll give you a target for a rate.
Yeah, it tells you when you're in balance, out of balance, and
Well, and as you bring new homes on, that's gonna change. So this isn't a one and done, you know, as,
yeah, somebody's got to be responsible for maintaining this over time.
I think it's gonna be in the finance department as far as the placeholder of the model. The inputs will be from the electric department, what they've done for work and what they need to do, and
What they've
but
replaced.
The finance department will take care of inputting the budget numbers, expense numbers, because it all comes to
Yeah,
them
that
anyway.
makes sense.
They'll have a view, you know, obviously they'll have a view
And
only.
the more computers, I don't want to say computer literate, but they're more comfortable using computers and recording this as it happens.
And you got-
The electric?
No, the finance.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, so,
Well, it'll be tied with our municipal finance.
Well, do you think, well, you haven't looked at systems, but if you've got, with systems I've seen on the IT side, which aren't all that different from what you're doing, you got all these pieces and they're all over the place and all this stuff, is your work order system is tied to that, because when you've got to go out and replace a transformer, it's an asset with a number, and, you know, so it's,
Yeah, we
and then
wanna
you
get
know,
the right
then you know
system.
where your assets are. You know, so you know that that transformer is this number, up on that pole is this number, was purchased this date, and has been running for how many
And its
hours?
life expectancy.
Yeah,
That's a
ideally.
good exercise to put all that together.
Yes, I'm saying when,
Yeah.
yeah, but you know,
It's a
it,
good exercise.
sometimes that there's resistance to get it there, but once you get there, the people working, it's like,
No, yeah.
it's an amazing tool, and it makes things much easier, yeah. So it's,
Well, and it may be something we can apply for a grant to get for
Yeah.
very nice software too.
yeah,
You know, and this is a good step to, you know, being fiscally responsible with operating your business.
yes,
And that's gonna go a long ways if there's grants available to get a system like what we're talking about, inventory and O&M software. So, because that probably won't come cheap, you know, software like that's gonna have to have some space, and there's gonna be a lot of parts and pieces that have to be in there. Every connector and anything
Yes.
imaginable.
it takes time, it does,
Yeah.
but, yes.
Question, what about the current status of the electric department in terms of its performance to budget? Where is that? What is the feeling?
Last time I looked, I'm trying to remember, I think they were like 3% over at this time. But we had just paid a big electric bill and we hadn't started to receive all the receipts for the current billing. So that's gonna change, you know, as the receipts come in, it'll offset the cost a little bit. In my town manager's report, I can speak to it now, the insurance company, Primex, has, yeah, I can pull that out, actually. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, 260,000?
200, they are gonna cut a check to the town to cover the costs of $261,082.58. That was expended for the, what was it? March 3rd incident at the substation. What they did not cover is a transformer removal and an old building removal. But they covered it. They covered the generator rental and the expenses by Reed, I think it was.
Yes.
JC, is it JC Reed or? IC Reed.
There's a line on the, related to that, there's a line on the budget where electrical equipment, where we've overspent the intended budget by considerable amount, close to that 260,000. Is that the offset?
Well, that was where they took the money and it ate away at the fund balance. So overspending that chewed up, so fund balance, we have about 83,000 in fund balance. But when this comes in, that's gonna offset that and it's gonna end up back down in fund balance.
Right, okay. And then my question on that, is that money we spent, is that just Band-Aids and temporary fixes, or will that offset some of the future costs from the bond?
I think some of it did knock the cost of the quote down. That's why it came in at originally 1.7. I think now it's at 1.8, but the voters approved 2.2.
Yeah.
We should be getting the paperwork by the end of this month to confirm the note and get going on that project.
And it's been decided this is, you're gonna go ahead with the bond as soon as possible, or we're waiting for further rate?
No, I think you all have selected the best rate, and of course, the prime went down a quarter, so they may amend the original proposal a little less.
That's what we're hoping for.
That's what we're hoping for.
The question becomes, if there are additional rate cuts in the next couple of months, is it worth waiting for, or do we need to really move ahead at this point?
I think, to be quite honest, the parts are not going to get any cheaper. And we, right now, with the tariffs and everything else, right now, it's already gone up $100,000. The delays.
So it's doing.
We're slowly creeping to,
2.2?
yeah, so, What could happen, this is a note, you can pay it off sooner to save on interest. This isn't a bond from the bond
Well,
bank
this is like
where,
a line of credit, isn't it?
it's like a regular note.
Right.
It's a regular note. If you went to the bond bank, you are stuck making those payments for the term.
Yeah,
Where there's no early payment penalty. So, just putting that out there.
Okay.
You have options with this where you, with the New Hampshire Bond Bank, you get a really good rate, but the term is the term.
yeah. There's no changing, yeah.
And the only other note I have on the electrical department budget is, the budget submitted for this year is considerably off in terms of the actual costs that we incurred for the electricity. In other words, the original, I think the budget has, 1.8.
1.8.
Okay, and by the end of
We're
the
at
year.
1.4 right now.
Yeah, and we're gonna be at closer to 2.4 by the time we hit the end of the year, based on projecting that out. Now, I mean, that's not really a crisis because we're billing based on that, so,
Right.
the revenue is going up.
Yeah, well, yeah, and we are currently, Marissa and I are currently working on the budgets, and Harry I questioned that because he had worked on his budget and put it in the module, and I said to Marissa, it's like, what's this all about? Because he put in 2.4
Yeah.
for 26, so we've got to take a look at that, and now with Frudenberg not operating, our power consumption might be a little less, but stay tuned. You'll be seeing the budget pretty soon. Marissa and I are working on them.
Okay, so we'll be looking forward to seeing that
Yep.
and how that gets corrected going forward.
Yep.
Great.
So if you want to make a motion, because this is
I'll-
above my threshold to authorize, so.
I'll make the motion that we purchase what's the name of the software?
Well, it's
It's a study.
It's a study, okay.
a rate study by PLM Electric Power Engineering.
That's the motion. I motion we do that.
There you go.
I'll second it. Have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
And what I'll do with this, he's gonna give updates, and I'll bring those to the board throughout the process, just so you know how it's going and where we're at with the study. Because I think it's very important that all the stakeholders know. All right, next agenda item is capital
The
reserve.
capital reserve fund request.
So the top one here is for BOS signatures, and then you sign the second one, but we'll leave the second packet for the trustees,
Okay.
because they're meeting directly after us at 7.
What is this for? Oh, Laconia refrigeration. So they're asking for $51,710 for the new heating / cooling system to come out of CRF, out of the town building CRF. And I'll make a motion that we approve that to come out of, and again, the price was $51,710.
That's the same amount we approved back.
Yes. Yeah.
I second.
So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye. Motion carries.
That's the town hall?
Yes, sir. Yep. And the PD.
I got a text message from Steve, he wasn't able to get logged on tonight.
Internet issues, maybe? Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the town manager's report.
The first item I already covered, which was Primex and reimbursing us for the substation. Second bullet, Marissa and I have been working on the town budgets and should have them to the selectmen very soon. I've been working with town council on several items recently. I attended the property auction on 9/20 this past Saturday, and all 4 properties listed were sold. I would also like to thank the school for the use of their facility. I attended the last planning board meeting and was pleased to see so many community members present and engaged. I've been working with the owners of the 3-phase hydro, and our electric department was able to get the power restored to the facility so they can perform the needed testing prior to going live with generating power at the facility. We still have to approve the net metering agreement prior to generating power to the grid. I did send that off to legal to review. It's just been kind of consumed with items recently, but I'll get with them tomorrow on that. I have addressed an issue that has happened on occasion with a few departments within the town. The issue is work zone safety and the need to manage traffic when performing work roadside and only having one lane open for alternating traffic. Craig has done some good research and has found a portable trolley traffic signal system. The system will eliminate the need for us to pay current staff to perform flagging operations on job sites. Craig's here to speak to it a little bit, and I do have some printouts that can show you what this involves. There's been times, in electrical outages, we have our trucks blocking a lane on a corner or whatever, and, it's kind of tough, and, I got one. You too, Andy. So if Craig wants to speak to this a little bit, you're more than welcome to.
Well, these are, oftentimes you guys have seen us all in the road, and we all have limited manpower, so it's very, I can usually do it at 4 people, but the electric department, oftentimes, they have one person flag, and it's really unsafe. Andrew and his crew, there's 2 of them right now. So, and then when they were fully staffed, there's only 3, so one person standing in the middle of the work zone is pretty dangerous. So these things can be folded up, 2 people can lift them in the back of a pickup truck, and if we buy a set of these, and I think it'll come out of all our departments a little bit here and there from all of us, we'll chip in. They could be used wherever. If we have a really serious accident and there's gotta be a reconstruction, we can deploy them and for the PD, put them out, they can do their investigation, if there's a fatal or something like that. So even the fire department and police department.
So you'll
could
share
use
them?
these.
Somehow you coordinate the sharing of them?
Well, if they needed them deployed, they'd call me and I'd get them out there for them.
Well, the waterline project that's gonna be coming up, it's gonna be day and night,
Yeah.
because half the road is gonna be milled 4 inches deep,
Yeah.
and that could be set up as,
It's like they did in the bridge?
It'll be just like the bridge, but these are mini units.
Okay.
So, they'll be put on the side of the road and,
It seems to work. People are used to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
This will be a lot safer where they're gonna do the water and sewer project this time is really heavy rural residential area where there's a lot of houses, so something like this is gonna come in really handy, even when we're not doing the work, cause that pipe's gonna be sticking out of the ground. And there's not gonna be any way to direct traffic.
How do these work, Craig? They talk to each other?
Yeah, they're on a,
They timed?
Yep, they
It's
talk
not
to
smart
each other.
enough to know when the traffic is there.
Yeah, so these things they're smart. They know exactly how far, they don't have to calculate it, I don't have to measure. They'll calculate the distance between and set the lights for the right exact time. I don't have to do measurements or anything, it's got a little computer built in, it's wireless, and it just does it.
What's the max distance?
1.3 miles. So,
If we had that much road opened up, we got a big project.
yeah.
We got a problem.
So it's really, these are set for a little town like us. If we wanted to buy those trailers like you see on the bridge, they're $80,000. So,
Are these conspicuous enough?
They're regular stoplights.
they are actually compliant stoplights. They're 12-inch lights.
Wonder if they'd
And they're-
slow traffic down on North Ashland Road.
We could get us.
Speed bumps.
So I think the plan is to take a little bit out of each department and not hit one department, hope with the cost.
So you think you have the money within your budgets
Yeah,
now, or?
Marissa looked and she said we do have it.
Okay.
What do you need from us?
A motion to approve the purchase. It's $18,860, and they're in stock, so we could get a check cut and Craig could go pick them up. They're just down where?
Oh, God, it's
Southern New Hampshire.
Southern New Hampshire, and don't quote me where it is, but it's probably on that sheet somewhere. Work safe, is it Milford? Maybe?
Probably.
Yeah, something like that.
I thought Derry, no?
It could be, it's somewhere down south.
Yeah, it's Southern New Hampshire.
Southern New Hampshire, it's.
Yeah, I
gotta be
don't
on-
see anything that says where it is.
It's, well, yeah, it's work safe, but anyways,
Is there a way
Yeah.
to get these maintained? Well, I mean, what's their life expectancy? Are they fixable?
It's
Oh, yeah.
batteries. It's deep cycle batteries.
the people who sell them will train us and maintain them for us. If there's a problem, they'll fix them.
And is there some kind of agreement that they will fix them? I mean,
Yeah,
this is
they're on- yeah.
computers, you know?
Yep.
Okay, that's computer, so they're
Yep.
gonna be responsible to fix it if,
Oh, yeah. I talked to actually the president, and that they are authorized dealers, they can fix and repair items. But she told me they're very reliable, they hardly ever had any trouble with them.
yeah, that's what they always say at the.
It is electronic after all.
Well, I think in the long run though, if properly used,
Save
it's gonna
money.
save money and labor. And it helps reduce our liability for these work zones also.
Are you doing the solar, it says solar panels optional?
I'm not gonna, I think we could,
We can do that cheaper.
I think
Okay.
we just need to charge this deep cell battery, and I think that option's $3,500. And
25.
I think, I'm pretty sure we can set up a solar charger, like from Harbor Freight, and charge these things and not pay that. So, but we'll look at it. If I have to put an ad on, I will. We'll budget for it next year or something.
I mean, they're chargeable from a regular charging
That's right.
device, right?
So what they recommend, if you didn't want to buy the solar, is just to take one battery out every day
And put
when you
it
go home, charge it overnight, and then put it back in. Because it'll run off that one battery for a whole day anyway.
So you just
I was
need,
gonna say you get the entire day's coverage.
And a lot of people don't buy the chargers, they just
get extra batteries and
swap
swap
the
them.
batteries. That's all they do.
Well, it has an internal battery charger there too.
Yes. If there's a way to plug it in, we could plug it in on the seat if there was a
Yeah.
outlet somewhere.
But then there isn't always,
Suitcase generator or something.
Yeah.
You could-
But we can just bring the battery home at the night and bring it back in the morning and plug it in, take the other one out and just keep swapping them.
I already talked to Craig, we'll probably put an air tag in each unit.
why?
Well, because if someone steals it, we'll track it down and find it.
That's a good point, actually.
So I'll make a motion to approve the funding for the work safe lighting system. It's
Second,
$18,860.
second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Well, thank you. That's the end of my report.
Do we have any old business? Any selectmen items?
I have one, fun one.
Oh, I have one too.
Well, Ron, this came from you. You we had our pre-approval for the grant that we put into,
Oh, the Northern Border Regional
Northern Border
Commission.
Regional,
Yep.
NBRC.
Yep.
So our pre-submission was approved, and now we have the opportunity to submit an actual grant request.
You had the invite to
Submit a,
complete this.
to submit a,
the
yeah, grant,
application.
yes.
Yeah, okay, just a note to Jana Flores, John, and Ellen Levinson, who did a lot of work, and you guys to, to help get this through. And
Yep.
I think we're all looking forward to,
Yeah.
putting a plan together and seeing if we actually get this grant.
Yeah, we've already, I think next Wednesday,
Set up a time,
I
yeah.
believe Ellen's gonna sit down. She was emailed the packet
Everything,
info.
so she can
So
put it all together.
she's probably gonna work day and night to
Yes.
get it done.
This woman has an amazing amount of energy, and I have to tell you, looking at the pre-app that she put in, and I've seen a lot of grant applications, it's
She was
probably
excellent,
the best one I've ever seen.
was
She
truly
did
excellent.
she did a very, very good job.
So I have one more thing, I just found it. Proposed BOS and Budget Committee meetings. You have choices October 20th, November 3rd, or November 17th. That's all Marissa put on there. So,
Yeah, she's planned for joint meetings, all three of those.
okay.
So,
I guess she just wanted the approval that that's what it's gonna be.
What days of the week is that? Do we know? Give me a date.
Let's see. September, October 20th is a Monday.
Yep, they're all Mondays.
All Mondays.
Are they all on regular meeting days?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, the regular meeting days.
They're regular, but she just wanted to
Oh, okay.
put it out
All
there.
right, that's great.
Yeah.
so you're gonna send that date out, or?
She'll update the calendar.
Okay.
It'll say
All right.
a joint meeting between both. Oh, I'm texting someone.
Do we have any further business? We do not have a non-public tonight. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
So I have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.